Geo Pomona waste management represents a state-of-the-art approach to waste management, incorporating crucial elements such as proper waste sorting, leachate treatment, and the establishment of waste-to-energy facilities in fighting the effects of climate change and ensuring good public health. This innovative project has significant importance to the region, addressing critical environmental and public health challenges in Africa as a result of pollution of the environment with solid waste and contamination of water bodies with leachate. The project's emphasis on proper waste sorting ensures that recyclable materials are separated from non-recyclable waste, leading to reduced environmental impact and increased resource efficiency. The implementation of leachate treatment facilities mitigates the harmful effects of leachate, a byproduct of waste decomposition that can contaminate soil and water sources. Dilesh Nguwaya, the Geo Pomona Private Limited Chief Executive Officer, said the multi-million-dollar project stands to benefit other countries by serving as a model for transformative waste management practices. He says they intend to replicate the project across the country.
The Kanban has been guaranteed by the government of Zimbabwe the national project status, and so far we've employed more than 162 workers and 60 contractors. Our future as Geo Pomona, we want to replicate the same model in other cities and also to the SADC region to do the same concept which we are doing here in Harare. This project is a footprint of His Excellency, the President, Comrade Dr. Emerson Mnangagwa, is the one who gives us guidance to make sure we are running this site in a good way.
Geo Pomona Waste Management Civil Engineer Nyasha Chifupa.
So here we are at our weighbridge, which is our first port of entry into the waste management site. So at the weighbridge, trucks come from different players, be it City of Harare, private players, they will start here at the weighbridge. So what happens at the weighbridge, our intended goal is to measure the amount of waste that is being brought to site. So the truck will come in to the weighbridge, we measure the gross weight. Then after measuring the gross weight, it wins, it tips off the waste, it comes back, we measure the net weight. And by having the difference of the two, we can tell the amount of waste that has been dumped in the site. And then we can issue an invoice for the customer to go and pay. Here we are now standing at our batch plant, which is one of our auxiliary infrastructure. The purpose of this batch plant is to produce the amount of concrete that is desired for the project. The project has large volumes of concrete, and we therefore found the project to have economic soundness if we have our own batch plant. So this is a 60 cubic meter per hour batch plant concrete production. It puts master which we had imported from India to bring to the project. We're now at our hazardous landfills. We have two types of hazardous waste. So we have two types also of landfills, being the hazardous landfill, solid hazardous landfill, and the liquid hazardous landfill. The design consideration for these landfills, number one, we are friends of the environment. We intend to protect the environment by all means necessary. So we have two lines of defense. The first line of defense being 1 meter of compacted clay, which is impermeable, after which we then put 2.5 millimeter HDP geomembrane. Then we then put a geotextile on top of the geomembrane, which is the white membrane that we are seeing there. This is meant to protect the damaging of the geomembrane during the waste spreading. The aim of having all these in place is to try to contain all the liquids so that they don't percolate down into the groundwater, or we don't have liquids from the landfill flowing towards the surface rainwater. So we are all trying to prevent the contamination of the environment. Waste generally comes with some liquids in place, and also during the rain season we have water that is accumulating in landfills. Remember, we said this is now impermeable, so all the liquids will accumulate in the landfills. So we need to get rid of those liquids in a way that is environmental friendly. We are now at our sorting plant facility. So from the weighbridge, the trucks will then come here. Then they offload their waste here. The purpose of this facility, remember, we have a hierarchy of waste management, which is consists of the 4 R's. The first will be reduce, then we have reuse, we have recycling, recover energy. So on the recycling and the reusing items, we have to be separated within the sorting plant. We'll be having 2 lines of conveyor belts that will be used to carry the waste from the pits there, which you can see there. Then we have people that will be separating the waste manually, of which all the recyclables and all the reused materials would then be taken out for companies who do reuse and recycling of materials.
An engineer at the facility, Simbarashe Muchena, unpacks processes at the project.
We have 2 ponds, where one is for clean water, the other one is for the dirty water, which is the leachate. These ponds are also engineered and they are constructed in a way that also protects the environment. The same way which a landfill is constructed is also the same way which a pond is constructed. It is finished with a primary and secondary layer of defense to make sure that by any chance there is a spillage of our leachate, it does not get to the environment. So welcome to the internal components of our containerized reverse osmosis system. As you can see, there is our user interface of the system. This is where everything goes. This is where the operator will be monitoring all the parameters. This is where everything is recorded. This is where it also shows the 3 processes which are happening in here, which is the filtration, the reverse osmosis, and the cleaning place. So basically, this is our user interface with the system, where the engineer and the operator is able to see what's happening with the system.
We've also generated employment for the former scavengers who were living in the landfills. They were given some opportunities to then come in and become part of our workers, the general workers at the landfill. And we've also considered gender balance. We have more or less equal women and men within the project, where most of the administrative work are done by women. Like we have the marketing and PR, our legal secretaries, our compliance managers, our shake officers, our clerks, they are mainly female, and also have some men, engineers, team of builders, and other artisans. And the age group of these guys, they are all less than 40 years. So we are promoting also youth empowerment by recruiting mostly youths from the age of 29 to around 40 years. So this project has not only brought benefits of electric supply, but also brought in employment for various people.
The facility is meant to also benefit the community, hence the construction of a mini recreational park. Public Relations and Marketing Manager Spatisiwe Masugu speaks on these developments.
Behind me, we have 2 tennis courts as well as 2 basketball courts, which are open to the public. They're open to both men and women, youths, the elderly, different clubs, different groups. Anyone can actually come to play at no charge. We're also going to build a restaurant as well as changing rooms, because we want it to be a holistic experience. When people come here, they'll come, change, and shower even after they have played their games here. So that's what we have in terms of our recreational facilities.